Scott Brown, 50, a Massachusetts resident, became the first Republican to represent Massachusetts in 38 years on February 4, 2010. He defeated his Democratic candidate Martha Coakley by 5% of the vote on January 19, 2010, a day that made national history. Now that the people have made their choice on their senator, the senator needs to make his choice. Scott Brown needs to decide who he is going to be and what he is going to do.
I'm interested to see what he's going to do. I guess my view is that it's really going to be an interesting show to see what somebody can actually accomplish in 2 years and see if he's worth re-electing. And so far there's been so much buzz around him that I actually want to see what his actions are going to be. So my interest is that I'm interested.
Do you think he will represent Massachusetts well?
No, I do not. He actually opposes everything we, the people of Massachusetts, stand for, but I think the health care bill is the only thing that got him into office.
I think that's to be determined. I think Massachusetts is in a pretty desperate state right now, and we want change. So I think he has the opportunity to represent the state well, but he also has the opportunity to stall everything.
Do you agree with his policies?
So far, yeah. I mean, there's really not a whole lot of controversial stuff that he's done so far. There's been stuff that he believes in, has done that has been painted a certain way. I think when Martha Coakley's campaign was kind of losing steam, I think there was a lot of negative press that he received, but there were a lot of half-truths and, like 5% truths that were going on at the time. So I think generally, his policies are fine. I like the welcome home bonus that the soldiers are getting. I believe that, he's got a lot of very non-controversial stuff that he believes in. So he's not usually one way or the other. He usually believes somewhere down the middle and believes kind of both sides on each issue, which I think would actually make him a very good candidate for the Senate.
Well, I did look up all his policies before I voted on the last election, and I do not agree with a lot of what he stands for, but I do think some of what he stands for is valid. So I had a few issues with that. Like I do not agree with his stand on guns, abortion, and wind energy.
I'm a conservative, so I support his policies.
Do you think he will accomplish the goals he set out to do?
I think his goal has already been accomplished. I think he set out to disrupt politics, make a difference, and change things. And I think by being elected to Senate as a Republican in the state of Massachusetts, he's already accomplished his goal. I hope he works together with Congress and makes a valid impact and does come up with some great policy. Then I think he'll get reelected in 2 years.
Well, again, it's too early to tell just yet, but he's already broken ranks with the Republicans once and voting for the Democratic health bill. So I think it's possible it may work out okay.
I think so, and I think he needs to. The fact that he's breaking that filibuster-proof majority in the Senate means that, I think that has part of the reason why Massachusetts voted the way they did. We're so used to going with the Democrat that there had to be a message or a reason as to why an independent, basically Republican, would break that mold. And I'm hoping that he does take that into account when he's running. So I really hope he represents his constituents well, and I hope he represents all of the American people well, because that's really what the Senate's all about.
Do you think the Brown family are fame seekers?
Well, they definitely have succeeded as far as accomplishing some goals that one might say they were famous. His wife does do the news. His daughter is a very talented singer and sports basketball star. And, he was a model, and I think one of his other kids is in school for a doctor or something like that. I think they just want to be the best they can be. You shouldn't begrudge them for being famous because they had goals. You should admire the fact that they were able to accomplish all these goals. I mean, it's hard for anyone to get famous, and for all of them to be getting famous. It's pretty impressive that each person in that family is pretty much famous on their own merit.
Maybe some. And maybe he benefited from the fact that his daughter was a fame seeker, and there's definitely probably some people that voted because his name was well known and his daughter's name and all that stuff. So I'm sure that helped him. But I think at this point they're probably not seeking fame. They kind of looked like a deer in the headlights when they first got to D.C. and got to the Senate and were being shown around. So I think maybe initially in order to get elected, but I think at this point, his actions have to prove that he's worthy of his appointment to Washington, D.C.
Sometimes I definitely think he's more of a celebrity than a senator. I think if Martha Coakley had gotten in, we wouldn't be seeing her on the national news.
Well, he's like both, but I think he knows how to keep the celebrity apart from the senator. So when he's in the Senate, he's not just going to use his celebrity. He's just going to be himself in the Senate.
He's definitely a celebrity because he's been spoofed on Saturday Night Live. He's been on TV shows like Jay Leno and stuff like that. He's very popular. He was a model. They show all his magazine stuff on the news. He's everywhere. He's all over all the magazines and stuff. So he has become a celebrity, and that's good because it's getting people involved in politics.
Scott Brown is officially Senator of Massachusetts. He defeated the odds and became the first Republican representing Massachusetts in years, making him a celebrity. Scott Brown is easily accepting the fame, but he should be focused on what he signed up to do, which is being a senator. Only time will tell how Scott Brown will handle his new fame and new job as senator.